Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope you've all had a great weekend. Thank you for joining us once again here at Crypto Rosetta. Now, I'm out here in Canada on business this week, so apologies for not getting the last altcoins update that I said was going to be out. It was a bit of a last minute thing. Plans changed. A lot been going on the last couple of days. So here in Canada now, want to update you on Bitcoin, get that out again and where I think the market's at. Also take a look at a couple of stocks that I think are kind of linking into what I think is going on with the market at the moment, and then we'll further have a look at altcoins through the week and talk about what our strategy is mainly for 2024, because we're still here early in the year. Some things played out last year that I thought they would. Some things played out completely different, especially Bitcoin. Bitcoin going higher. I knew it would go higher with the ETF news. However, it did go higher than I initially expected. I initially expected 32, 33k area to hold. Once that didn't, obviously we had to plan for higher and for more of a bullish sentiment on the lower time frames and leading up to this sell the news event, which I kind of feel we are at the moment. So glad that the ETF news came when it did finally. We can move on in the market and talk about something else, right? So whether it was going to get rejected or approved, as long as it was resolved, that was the key thing. It's got approved. Some people maybe thinking long term that is going to be super bullish, and no, I do think it is a good thing for the space, but I would be careful. You're seeing a lot of posts on X, comparing it to what happened with the gold ETF, for example. After that's the gold price, and presuming it's going to happen to Bitcoin again, and of course that could happen or something similar. But what I will say is those were kind of different times, different economical times. So just be careful presuming that's going to happen to Bitcoin. Exactly how it happened to gold. But anyway, that's enough. Let's get into the charts, because this is kind of where I feel we're at the moment. So last video obviously talked about that peak ETF hype, but the main point being is that we're in major weekly resistance here that goes back to that key high of March 22, where we had that sort of initial start to the bear market, that drop, that 50% correction, and then there was the rally, and then people wondered, well, was it just a sort of flash correction with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin potentially targeting out six figures from that. We know that didn't play out. We know we had what happened with Luna, with what happened with Celsius, with what happened with Three Arrows Capital, and culminate with FTX right at the end. So everything continued further down. Now, strong move up since then, but a lot of people thinking this is highly impulsive, and I'm still cautious that it may not be. Now, of course, that the market bottom, generational bottom, could be in for Bitcoin here around about 50,500. That's absolutely possible, and I can understand why the majority of people out there will think that is the most likely scenario. So in videos coming up, I will look at the bullish case. Even in the bullish case, though, I just want to make it clear that we've gone up from 50,500 to 49,000 now, and you've got to expect some form of correction, or at least a deeper correction than we've had on this journey, even in the bullish scenario. So I will be looking at that in videos to come. But whether this macro ABC to set new lows, and that really is the only sort of bearish high time frame case left, whether that doesn't play out, I still think that we are going to reject at some stage from this current area of resistance to find a support level and at least have some correction even in the bullish scenario. So I think that major support is going to be in that sort of low 30,000 range. It wouldn't surprise me if it dropped a bit further, maybe to 27, 28 in the bullish scenario this is, and then go on from there. So I don't personally think Bitcoin is a great buy here right now, just because of how many bullish weeks that we've had, sort of since October. It's been pretty much straight line for 3 months or so, maybe a little bit longer. So it's healthy for Bitcoin to have a sort of 30%, maybe 40% correction here, in my opinion, even if you are bullish on Bitcoin. So I think that peak ETF hype's done now, but I'm going to have a look at the lower time frames because I think there is just one scenario where we may set one more high, which could be a bit of a trap that we are in now. So moving on. Just looking at the 4 hour here, got it marked potential significant high of the 49k that we've clearly rejected low time frame off pretty sharply as we started to sell off on Friday. So it could be it for now, folks. It really could. However, what wouldn't surprise me is I think there would have been a lot of people or a lot of traders potentially before this move up longing for 50k, didn't get to maybe take profits or didn't get to close those trades out at 50k. Then they've probably gone negative because heading to take the liquidity there, and they may have potentially started shorting and switched short, which could cause a bit of a squeeze here. So depending on that, I still think we're going to potentially drop down. We've got ascending support, which would take us down to approximately 42,300. We're currently 42,600 at the moment. I think we're above 40. We're around about 43,000 on the daily high today. So I wouldn't surprise me going into the close tonight if we were to drop just a little bit, and then maybe we could, if we get a good week or good start to the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday here, especially in stocks, if stock market doesn't start to roll here as well, I think that would also potentially help Bitcoin maybe just make one more high here in that sort of area of 49 to 52. So I'm really not leaning one way or the other here, whether I think this is going to get one more high. Either way, if we go straight down now or we go up there and reject, I do think we are going to reject and see sub 40k Bitcoin. Again, I've got bearish confirmation if 38k is lost. That's sort of the medium time frame play, talking about that deeper correction. So obviously we've got to go past there in the bearish scenario, but I think we are definitely going there, in my opinion, in the bullish scenario as well. If you want the really bullish scenario, though, the moon scenario, as some may see it, I think if we do somehow go through 55k here at any stage, then I think a new all-time high is probable. Reason I say that is it'd be very similar setup to how the charts were looking with the Dow Jones, the S&P, the Nasdaq, etc. They kind of crossed those key levels that made the new all-time highs look probable on them, which all played out. And I think 55k is that same area for Bitcoin. So not expecting it to get up there, but if it does, then I will concede that new all-time highs are probable on Bitcoin. But 38k is a key level, and once we get there, we'll assess how much deeper I think we are going. Now, total market cap. Again, this could be an ABC looking to complete here. I've got it marked up still. If 1.4 is lost, I'm expecting things to go deeper. I think that's a key area that needs to be held to remain bullish. We've got the market bottom still in potentially, which was kind of bouncing using rather the January 2018 high as support, so that could be the new bottom. However, if this is just a correction, and again, this would rely on Bitcoin setting lower lows, in my opinion. That big ABC potential bearish scenario on Bitcoin is the same for the total market cap. So I've got it marked on there. We're just going to have to assess, see how we start to pull back. But first indication of any chance of that being in play, we need to realistically lose 1.4 trillion. But that wouldn't be instantly bearish. We'd still have to go a lot lower before that. That would just be the first sign. Now, to continue to the upside, to continue a positive Q1 for crypto, I think the sort of continuation target is going to be around about 2.15. I don't think we're going to go straight through there and go to new all-time highs. I think that's going to be, again, an area of weekly resistance, similar to where Bitcoin is, the rest of the market catching up. So if Bitcoin doesn't, harshly drop here, or even if it does go up to that higher target of that sort of 50 to 52k range, it is possible that we could make, sort of last good rally with altcoins if they're going to stay up there with Ethereum, which we'll look at in a minute, and then maybe we could target out this weekly resistance of 2.15. But at the minute, potential just ABC up. So tricky times, but probably not a great time to be getting a position in the market, in my opinion. Now, Bitcoin dominance. This chart is finally looking a little bit more interesting. Not a lot has changed, however, quite a strong red candle for this week, as we've seen a lot more money move around. Once Bitcoin ETF became sell the news, we've seen a lot of money move over into Ethereum. Again, the speculation is there an Ethereum ETF coming, and it's the same old story. So don't be surprised if we have to deal with that news, unfortunately, for the next 2 or 3 months. That may also play out. Now, I still think that, yes, I've got the ascending channel here. To reach these higher targets of 60% or 57%, it doesn't have to, remain in the ascending channel. Of course, it can, we can just go 3 waves up potentially, and we could drop down. But really, I wouldn't want to see 49% significantly lost to kind of target those high levels. Again, anything's possible, but it would be kind of a strange sort of bear market structure, and you would kind of more expect Bitcoin to just stay sort of close to or within this channel if it was to reach those high levels. So of course, we've got this potential, this wick candle here, which goes back to December. That could be it, guys. That really could be the top for Bitcoin dominance. And if we are in a bull market and Bitcoin can get above 55k, I would probably expect this chart, Bitcoin dominance, to decrease, and that will really be a great time to be getting some great gains on some altcoins, especially for those who have DCA'd in, as we always say, and have speculated and already built some decent positions. So good luck to everyone if that plays out. But with this sort of drop out of this descending channel, I think next couple of weeks is key. See if we go back in. So this could just be one bad week for this, but eyes on Ethereum. Now, moving on to Ethereum. Still looking for that $2,400 above consolidation for the bearish invalidation. People will say, well, yeah, we blasted through $2,400 this week, but it's just 1 week. That's not enough for consolidation, in my opinion. And I've got this little box here, but this is well and truly the rejection zone, in my opinion, for ETH, which is coming in at around about $2,500 to $3,000. There could be a lot of volatility in this area, but I do again think that it is going to potentially reject from this area, considering where we've come from the lows under $1,000. Yes, it's taken a long time, and it's been very choppy, sort of zigzaggy, correcting its way up. But I do think another drop is coming. Now we've got potential ascending support, and I think if we reject from this zone here, even to remain bullish, I would fully expect a retest of $2,000 on ETH. But once that's broken, again, similar to Bitcoin, similar to total market cap, there's still the potential of the multi-year deeper free wave bear market correction, which would take ETH down to around about $500. Again, some people are thinking that's absolutely impossible. But we will have to see. But I definitely think it's coming back to $2,000 bullish or bearish, in my opinion. Now, DXY, I think the DXY is going to have a few good weeks ahead coming. I do think that once people were calling the dollar dead, it had a strong, impulsive looking move up. Then a fairly deep correction, which allowed the stock market to set new all-time highs. But once again, those are kind of heading into resistance, and certain stocks clearly are, which I'll show in a moment. And I kind of feel that if we kind of had this sort of descending wedge, which it broke out, now went and back tested it perfectly, and I think we are going to see a good few weeks here for the DXY. First target will be kind of trying to take out this high back in September, which was 107. So we'll see how it plays out. It doesn't move fast. Expecting it to move slow, but minimum expectation is to at least be heading back up to that 107 range in the next few weeks. Oil is just kind of consolidating, a chart that we've had for quite a long time now. Most of last year kind of played out absolutely beautifully when we targeted this rally to the mid $90, which played out perfectly, and then has rolled over since, finding a bit of support now. It wouldn't be shocking if this had a good couple of weeks and maybe got back up to $80 or $85. Reason I say that is because of what is going on geopolitically, what is going on in the Red Sea, etc. There's problems with shipping, and also there could be an issue with supply of oil there. So don't be surprised if this has maybe a good couple of weeks, or it could just continue sideways, consolidating before the further drop. But likewise, I'm still expecting a new bear market low. I'm still expecting this low of May in 23 to be taken, which will take us down potentially under $60. I've got a lower target of $43, but again, that's just a lower target, high time frame. But minimum expectation is we are going to see sort of around about $60 oil once again. Now, Tesla, just one of those stocks that I wanted to talk about. Again, it's still in that resistance, and it's descending resistance, and it's continuing to set lower highs. And I think this is kind of a key decision point now for Tesla. It really has to try and get a strong bounce. If $200 is hit again to break above this descending resistance, but if it can't manage to do that, then I think we are going to new bear market lows on Tesla, or rather have a great chance. It's possible that we maybe come down to around about 113 here for or $100 for a sort of double bottom, but if that breaks, then it's going to get pretty ugly, in my opinion. And then the only way we're kind of getting down there is if the indexes, the Dow Jones, S&P 500, etc., have finally reached those kind of multi-year highs. Now we should be expecting a deeper correction. It just wasn't enough of a correction, in my opinion, in 2021. If you zoom out and look high time frame on those charts, so that's my opinion, guys, on the stock market and sort of Bitcoin and where we're at. Either way, I'm just going to wait to see if Bitcoin does get that bounce down the next few days towards 50k or not, or whether it just goes straight down to 38k is breached. That is point when we'll start really diving into altcoins, and I think there's going to be some good ones to grab. I've talked about in the last few weeks, especially a lot on X, that I still think a lot are cheap. The likes of Algorand, Polkadot, Arweave, just to name a few. I still think there's others like the likes of Solana, AVAX, which have had a fantastic run and been, a strong story last year. But I think a deeper correction on those should be expected. The harder read is maybe the coins that have kind of neither gone here or there, your XRPs, your ADAs, etc. Really consolidating, not too exciting. In my opinion, those ones are harder to read, but obviously when we start getting technical analysis, proper technical analysis back on the channel, then we can have a further dive into that, which will be great. Thank you all for tuning in. If you've enjoyed the content, smash up the like, and I'll see you again.